Hello, everyone. Welcome to English 100 with me, Dr. Aaron McCullough. English 100 is a supplementary workshop for English 101. Um, so if you're in my English 101 fully online class, go ahead and watch the English 101 video first. If you're in my in-person hybrid 101, hang tight until we hold our first class meeting on Tuesday or Wednesday this week, and I'll explain more then. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down to the syllabus here, um, and we'll access it. And I want to cover just a few important sections, those sections that are a little bit different than the English 101. We'll start off with your grading. So if we scroll down here to the evaluation and grading policy, and it's almost identical to the grading sort of grade range is identical to the English 101. The grade breakdown is a little bit different, reflecting the difference in the course. So you'll have 75%, or excuse me, 70% of your grade will be discussion board posts and other informal assignments. 15% will be extended peer review discussion boards, and then finally 15% will be conferences with your instructor. Every week you'll have, one or two discussion board posts or informal assignments. Every few weeks before those major papers in English 101, you'll have an extra peer review session with your fellow students. And then right before peer review, or right before the due date for those major papers, I'll have due dates for conferences with me. And there'll be 3 conferences that will make up 15% of your grade in this class. Now let's scroll back up to the course outline, and you'll notice that this course outline, if you've done what I asked and gone and looked at the English 101 introductory video, you'll notice that the course outline looks very similar to the course outline for English 101, and that's because each week of 100 is designed to just give you a little bit of extra support with whatever it is that we're working on in English 101. So, for instance, one of the assignments that you have in English 101 the first week is a metacognition paper, and that's due on Monday. So for this week in 100, I'm just going to give you a chance to get a little writing done for the metacognition paper in a discussion board. You're going to answer one of the questions that you're required to answer in the 101 metacognition paper, and you'll have a discussion board. You'll get some feedback from your fellow 100 students and also from me, and that'll just help you to hopefully get further along with that metacognition paper so that you'll ultimately get a better grade on it. I think it's important to note that you don't have a lot of assignments in this class. Maybe, like I said, one or two easy assignments each week. I don't want to overload you with assignments, but I also really want to sort of foreground my conferencing requirements with you. Conferencing, I think, is well, it's not just me. Studies have shown it's one of like meeting with your instructor, developing a relationship with your instructor, feeling comfortable reaching out to your instructor for help. It's one of the most important things you can do to succeed in a class, especially if you're struggling. And so that's really what I want to use this English 100 workshop for, is to sort of just help you get a lot of different kinds of extra support so that English 101 is not quite so difficult. I don't want to overload you with assignments. I don't want to burden you, but I do just want to sort of give us avenues so that you can get that extra support. Now you'll notice that I do have conferences sort of due every few weeks. That's just there to encourage you to meet with me multiple times throughout the semester. If you want to meet with me the first week, set up a conference for the first week, and you'll get the points for that conference that would have been due during week 3. If you meet with me like 3 times in the first week or in the first 3 weeks, I'll go ahead and give you all the points for the conferences, and you won't ever have to meet with me again, at least not for your grade. Although I encourage you to meet with me. as frequently as you like. You don't just have to meet with me 3 times. You can meet with me 20 times during the week. Or during, excuse me, 20 times during a week. That would be a bit much. I might get tired of you if you set up 20 conferences with me in a week. I meant 20 times within the semester, and I think that would be perfectly adequate. But 3 times is the requirement. And so look forward to meeting you all and talking with you during those conferences. You can do those conferences by the phone. Uh, you can do them through Teams, or you can do them in person. It just has to be in real time. Like we can't just do it by like having a chat or something like that over messages. Um, it has to be in real time. Okay. That's all I want to cover in this video. Note that the rest of the syllabus is essentially identical to the English 101 syllabus, so there's no real need for me to review it. Just make sure you're checking out the syllabus in 101, watching the introductory lecture video in 101. There is one more important note that I want to communicate to you guys. English 101 and English 100 are different classes in your schedule. They are connected. It's sort of like a lab. 100 is like a lab for the English 101, but they are different classes. And they'll be set up as different classes in Blackboard. I actually recommend, if you're working on English 100, having English 101 open in a separate tab so that you can go back and forth between the two. If you have any, like, if you're like, what am I working on in English 101? Uh, you know, and when you're trying to finish out an assignment for English 100, you can just pop over into the English 101 module and get your questions answered quickly. They're different classes. That said, if you fail or withdraw from either of these classes, like let's say you fail English 100 but you pass 101, you'll have to retake English 100 and 101 at the same time during the same semester at a later point. So basically, it will be like failing like both classes. That's bad. If you're, you know, I want you to put a lot of work into your 101. That's the most important class for you to pass. But like let's say you get an A in 101 and you're failing 100 for whatever reason, just like blowing off the assignments and whatever. Let's try to get you to I think at least a C. I mean, it should be easy to do. Let's try to get you to at least a C in the 100, so you just have, there are no worries, and you pass both classes, and you won't have to retake both of them again because that would be a pain. All right, that's all I have for you here. As always, I look forward to seeing what you guys all come up with, and reach out to me if you have any questions. All right.